strike. Played over the net by Tyler Krabby. Darian Haynes, big play on the net, earning the point for the Grizzlies. Justin, you were a part of this Grizzlies team last year. What do you see different from this year to last year?
It's a little bit of a younger squad than we had last year. Last year we had a bunch of fifth-year guys, so played with a lot of them, but they're a little bit younger of a group than we had last year.
Despite being a young group, the destination is no different. Grizzlies hope to win the OCAA championships in March. Durham just won that point, so they're down 1, 3-2 lead for the Grizzlies. It was Krabby who served. Mitten, Australian native, getting the point for the Grizzlies. That's Bowen Mitten out of Hallett Cove, Australia. And Darian Haynes will serve. Armstrong, Gray held off it, good decision. Gray now setting it to Mitten, blocked at the net. Haynes, Gray to Perot, Perot hitting it. Inbounds, finding the back court. It's a point for the Grizzlies. It sends Darian Haynes back to serve once again. Haynes' serve is up. Off the hands of a couple of Lords. They scramble to get it over the net. Romero playing it for the Grizzlies. Gray setting it up to Romero. Point, Georgian. And a lot of energy in the building as the Grizzlies are off to a hot start. They lead 6-2 in the first set. Haynes' serve is up. Krabby to Woodburn. It's played over the net. Number 2, Aaron Banga. Armstrong eventually gets over for the Grizzlies. Woodburn will have to play it for the Lords. Armstrong puts it in the air. Now it's Gray. Armstrong falling to the floor off the hand of Woodburn. Point Grizzlies.
Fixes by Mitch there. Seth looks a little bit low for him. He is a jumper, but he was able to fix it and tip it over the net there.
Mid-air body awareness by Mitch Armstrong earns the point for the Grizzlies, and Darian Haynes to serve. Woodburn. Miss hit there. James Hurt unable to get all of it. And an early timeout called by Durham.
This is the first year I've seen Darian bring out the spin serve, and I think it has to do with the change of the ball the OCAA is bringing in, but it looks like it's working for him so far.
Head coach of the Lords in his 9th year, George Matsusaki, has to call a timeout early as Grizzlies got off to a hot 8-2 start. Look back on how the Grizzlies got to an early 8-2 lead. A lot of strong play on the net.
Bowen with the nice shot there in the back corner.
So Darian Haynes returns to the service line for the Grizzlies, looking to extend an early lead. Spin serve in action, as mentioned. This one, though, a little long and out of bounds. Durham back on the board. It'll be James Hurt to serve for the Lords. First-year man out of Scarborough. Serve is up.
I think he mishit that one a little bit there, and some backspin on it.
Still traveled a little long and out of bounds. Sets up Jordy Romero now to serve for the Grizzlies. His spin serve doesn't go. Durham gets the ball back, down 9-4. It's Hurt returning to the line. Too much on that one. Sorry, that was LeCompte. Sebastian Lecomte, his first serve of the night goes out of bounds. Bowen Mitten now to serve for the Grizzlies. Finds the open floor, and that's an ace for Bowen Mitten. Mitten's serve is up and mishandled. Tyler Krabby couldn't get all of that one. Flies out of bounds into the stands. Bowen Mitten to serve again. It's in the air. Krabby handles it. Woodburn now. Big block by Liam Gray on the net. It was Aaron Banga trying to make a play on it, but eventually a call goes against the Lords. That's a point for the Grizzlies. It keeps Bowen Mitten on the line.
Wait! Stop!
Woodburn playing it. Hurt played it over. And now Perot playing it right at James Hurt. Mishandled by Hurt. It's a point for the Georgian Grizzlies, extending their lead to 10. Mitten's run finally comes to an end to serve a little long. Aaron Banga now to serve for the Lords. They're down 9 early in the first set. Perot handles the serve, plays it to Gray. Back to Eric Perot. Banga did a good job to set that one. Perot came right to him, floating in the air. He knows what to do with that.
And I think they're bringing that call back. I think Durham's getting that one. I think he was on the net there.
You are right. Call goes against Georgian, negating a would-be point for Eric Perot. Banging out to Perot. Gray, Armstrong, a little low for Mitch Armstrong. Trying to adjust to it in midair, unable to do so. Point goes Durham's way. Banga to serve. Finding the open space. That's an ace for Banga. Thor up. Perot blocked to the net by Woodburn. Perot finding the open space. Aaron Banga tried to save it with a kick, but unable to do so. Here's Mitch Armstrong to serve. Falling short, point for Durham. Lucas Pickle now to serve. Gray setting it to Haynes. It's played by off the arms of Gray, out of bounds. Point's going to go Durham's way. After falling behind early, point by point, Durham crawling back into this one. They're down 5. They've got the ball. Lucas Pickle. Thorup plays it. Gray now to the net for Perot. Perot through the blocks by the Durham Lords, off their hands, out of bounds. Another point for the Grizzlies. Trying to get their first set back on track, and now Liam Gray holds the service line. That one grazes the net and goes over. Woodburn setting it up for Krabby. Off the hand of Darian Haynes, out of bounds. Durham holding strong in this first set. They're within 5 and they've got the ball. Kyler Woodburn will serve. Thorup plays it to Gray. Now it's over to Romero. Woodburn to Krabby. Krabby tips it. Gets the help from Gray. Now Thorup to the net. Perot unable to get there. Durham gets the point. Keeps Kyler Woodburn on the line to serve. Fourth-year man out of Bowmanville. Perot to Gray. Over to Haynes. Banga made the dive, almost saved it, but not enough. Hits the floor, and Georgian gets the point. Eric Perot will serve. Powerful serve. Well, that's an ace for Eric Perot. Eric Perot serving with an 18-12 lead. This one goes into the net. Durham continuing to hang around in this first set. Down 5 with the ball. Tyler Krabby preparing to serve. Thorup to Gray. Over to Romero. Romero is blocked.
Come on.
Keeping it alive is Romero. Perot plays it over. Good hustle play by the Grizzlies. Woodburn setting up Hurt. And that one goes in favor of the Lords. Down 4. Krabby prepares to serve for the Lords. It's over the net, handled by Thorup. Gray pops it in the air for Mitten. Powerfully hit, but well received. Mitten has to play it again. Gray to Mitten. Blocked to the net. And they'll say that that one actually hit the net, so it was 4 touches. Another point goes Durham's way. Krabby grazes the net with his serve. Gray pops in the air for Haynes. Well placed. Haynes is able to get the point. Darian Haynes, who just earned the point for the Grizzlies, will now serve. Up 4. Woodburn. A little too much mustard put on there by James Hurt. It goes out of bounds. Darian Haynes returns to the service line, up 5. A timeout.
I think Mitch is calling a touch on himself there. I think he touched the ball, and they're giving the point back to Durham.
So the point goes Durham's way, but Georgian gets it right back. Jordy Romero now has the ball and will prepare to serve. As a correction to the score will be made. It's Georgian up 20-16. It's corrected on the stadium scoreboard, and we're back underway. Jordy Romero to serve. Burn.
That's a good little run by Durham there. The pass was there, and
Lucas Pickle took advantage of it. It was well set. It was there for the taking. He does. Gets the point for the Lords. Continuing to stick around. They're down 3. Perot pops in the air for Gray. To Armstrong. Point Georgian. Bowen Mitten now to serve. Mitten serves. Handled by Hallett. Call going against Durham. Another point in favor of the Grizzlies. Bowen Mitten and the Georgian Grizzlies now 3 points away from the set. Ace for Bowen Mitten.
Bowen is on fire this first set. He's hit it, got a couple of kills, and now he's got a couple aces under his belt.
Strong start for Bowen, who's back on the line to serve. Banga pops in the air. Hurt and Hallett fight over it. Eventually Pickle plays it over. Mitten to Gray to Perot. Point Georgian. Bowen Mitten will head to the line for the set points. It was Eric Perot finishing that one off. Third leading scorer in the OCAA. He's got 73 points on the year. Hallett, Woodburn, to Pickle. Well received by
Great
Georgian.
pickup.
Thorup keeps it alive. Romero plays it over. Pickle makes the play. Gray will have to play a free ball over the net. Woodburn pops it up for Banga. Romero now playing it to Pro. Point going against Georgian. Losing out at a potential set point. Call goes against the Grizzlies. The Lords stay alive in this first set. Down by 6, Aaron Banga serving. Pro pops it up, Gray, Armstrong. That's the first set for the Grizzlies.
Great pass by Pro to open up the offense for Liam to set Mitch there. Kind of kept the blockers on Durham on their toes a little bit.
So Georgian takes a 1-0 lead. And they're right where they wanted to be after one set. Durham did a good job to fight in this one, but eventually it was the Grizzlies battling hard and taking the set.
You see a couple highlights from Bowen here. He's off to a hot start.
Georgian College Athletic Centre once again filled with energy here tonight. The hometown Grizzlies lead 1-0 over the out-of-town Durham Lords. It was a hard-fought first set. Eventually the Grizzlies ran away with it. And they'll look to be even better moving forward in the second and third sets. Grizzlies have only lost 4 sets on the year, 1 game altogether. Well, Justin, you've been in Reed Saxby's huddle before. What do you think he's saying heading into the second set?
He probably just wants them to be a little bit more consistent, keep the passing the way it has been. It's been good. Liam's been doing a good job spreading the offense, so see if they can keep it up.
The same Grizzlies crew returns to the floor with the addition of Mike Fours joining them. A couple new players enter for the Lords. Number 15, Kirk Malhado. Looks like he's preparing to enter the game, replacing Mitchell Hallett. It'll be Durham starting with the ball here in the second set. And Kyler Woodburn will be the one to serve. We're back underway Gray, his serve is up. Perot handles it. Gray, back to Perot. Went off the hand of Tyler Krabby and out of bounds, so the point goes Georgian's way. And now OCAA All-Star Liam Gray heads to the service line. Powerful spin serve is just a, oh, it does land inbound. Must have found the line in the backcourt. Another ace there for Liam Gray. His total on the year continues to grow. It's popped up by Pickle. Woodburn now playing it. LeCompte plays it, but out of bounds, just wide of the poles along the net. Liam Gray returns to the serve line, up 3. Powerful serve, gets over the net. Woodburn pops it up for LeCompte. He strikes it out of bounds. Georgian has 4 straight points to start off the second set. Gray serves, it's over. Perot plays it at the net. Durham's trying to handle it. Pickle eventually plays it over. Mitten to Gray, to Romero, point Georgian. And Georgian is certainly coming out strong here to start the second set, forcing a timeout to be called by Durham. Head coach George Matsusaki cannot believe the slow start from his Lords team. Well, Durham trying to slow down a hot Georgian offense here early in the second set before this one gets out of hand. It's actually funny. It's similar to the game we brought to you earlier. Earlier we saw Georgian Grizzly team kind of hang around the Lords team in the women's game. Georgian lost that first set 25-18, same as in the first set of this game. And then the Lords kind of ran away with it from there. So we'll see what Durham does in this game to try and stick around with the Grizzlies. However, the Grizzlies are off to a good start in this second set.
And it's kind of the same story. Georgian this time around is putting some serving pressure on Durham, and they just need to tighten that up a little bit to get back into the game here.
Well, George Matsusaki, head coach of the Lords, his 9th year with the team, lots of OCAA experience. And we're back underway. Liam Gray serves. Krabby pops it in the air. Woodburn back to Krabby. Tries to tip it past Perot. But it hit the pole on the net. Off of the hand of the Lords, so it's going to be awarded to the Grizzlies in the meantime, but the refs will talk it over, make sure they got it right. Lucas
They're
Pickle.
going to end up changing the call here, but
And it will go Durham's way. Well, a much needed point for the Lords here. It's their first point of the second set. They're down 5-1. Haynes, big strike, mishandled by the Lords. Georgian out to a 6-1 lead now. Now Eric Perot. Krabby, Woodburn. James Hurt earning the points for the Lord. He sends himself back to serve, earning the point. Will now serve for Durham. They're down 4. Thorup, Gray, Mitten, block of the net.
that's a really good fix by Bowen there. The set was a little low, maybe a little fast. He's able to hit it off the hands and out of bounds.
Darian Haynes will serve. Krabby popping it up. Bowen Mitten getting a little too eager on that one. Ball floated up. Tried to earn the point, but net saying no. Durham gets the ball and the point. LeCompte serve sails far out of bounds. Point for Georgian. Romero serves over. Krabby to Woodburn to Pickle. Romero
Straight up by Darian.
Jordy Romero diving save there. Eventually Lucas Pickle though earns the point for Durham. Now Aaron Banga to serve. And so the help from the net grazes the net and falls to the floor on the Georgian side. Another point goes the Lord's way. Durham staying competitive in this one as Aaron Banga serves again. Perot, Gray, to Romero. Sailing long out of bounds. Point Durham. Now Durham starting to figure things out for themselves. Aaron Banga to serve again. Perot, Gray, over to Mitten. Off the hands.
Bowen's able to find the hands.
Seems to be an angle that's working out for him. From that angle of attack, it's just being blocked but coming out of bounds. So working out for the Georgian Grizzlies side. Mitten earns another point. Banga pops in the air for Woodburn. Pickle pops it over. Thorup tried to save it. Off his end out of bounds. Lucas Pickle will serve for Durham. They're down 2, midway through the second set. Into the net, Lucas Pickle can't serve it cleanly.
And I believe that's the rugby team over there getting into the heads of the Lords a little bit, I think.
A lot of Grizzly support in this athletic center right now. It's Michael Fours serving. Woodburn. Hurt is blocked at the net. Big block at the net. Darian Haynes not going to let that one get through. Make Forrest to serve again, up 4. Serve is over. Krabby pops it in the air for Woodburn. Pickle. Mitten grabs it. Gray to Romero. Diving save made there by Banga. Krabby plays it over. Krabby eventually earning the point for the Lords. Liam Gray went up to block him off his hands out of bounds. Sebastian LeCompte coming back into the game as Kirk Malhado exits. Serve is up and out of bounds. That was Kyler Woodburn. A little too much on it. Liam Gray returns to the serving line. Up 4. A little bit of a redirection off the net. Left Lucas Pickle with no idea where the ball was. Falls to the ground. Another point goes Georgian's way. They're up 5 now with Liam Gray back to serve. Too much on that one, it goes out of bounds. Tyler Krabby now to serve for Durham. Thorup pops that in the air for Gray to Haynes. That's going to be a point for Georgian. Put that ball right at Lucas Pickle and mishandled by Lucas. Goes out of bounds. Eric Perot now serving. Well-hit ball goes over the net, and Bang has to play it over for the Lords. Mitten pops it up. It's Haynes playing it over. Banga blocked by Haynes. Now Woodburn. Darren Haynes with a huge block on Tyler Krabby, earning the point for the Grizzlies. Darren Haynes, big body in the middle, his presence has been felt tonight. Krabby handles the serve from Perot. Banga plays it over and finds the open space. Point goes for the Lords. Similar to the first set, Lords doing enough to hang around, but they're going to have to put something together if they want a different outcome. As that serve goes out of bounds, Grizzlies get back on the board, now up 6. Haynes serves. Malhado. Banga plays it over, but Haynes is there. That was Caleb Brinkman who earns the point for Durham. Just entering the game. Now putting himself to the service line. Mittens there to handle the serve. It goes back to Mittens for the big point for the Grizzlies there.
They have subbed Darian back in for the libero, I think to utilize that C ball over there.
Fours blocking that. Strike of the net by Durham. Perot to Gray to Fours. And that play will go Georgian's way. It was popped into the air by Tyler Krabby, hit the rafters. George Matsusaki having to call another timeout. Down 7 midway through the second set. Durham takes a timeout. Here it is, Bowen Mitten. Really been a star tonight. Had a huge presence on the net, both offensively and defensively. And credit goes to the Lords. They've made plays to stay in this game, falling just short in the first set. They're hanging around in the second, but they sure do need to get something going to really tighten this one up and grab a lead at some point. They're down 7. Coming out of a timeout break, we'll see if they look any different. But right now it's Georgian holding command of the lead. When we get back underway, it's Jordy Romero with the ball to serve for Georgian. Bouncing off the net and getting over. Now Banga playing it over, but off the hands of Mike Fours out of bounds. Point goes for the Lords. That's Cameron Calhoun entering the game for Georgian. Banga will serve. Perot, Gray, Fours, point, Georgian. Made that one look easy. Tic-tac-toe. And it's Bowen Mitten headed to serve for the Grizzlies. Malhado handles that to Woodburn to Krabby. Fours keeps it alive at the net. Good hustle. Krabby playing it. Too much on it. Point goes Georgian's way.
I think Liam's calling a touch on himself there.
He does, and so a point goes to the Lords. It's a 19-13 lead. Pickle giving that one away, and that's back-to-back serves put into the net by Lucas Pickle, who may...
Those rugby guys are really doing a job on them down there.
They sure are. A lot of energy down on that side of the court. Hurts them in the second set. Forrest plays it over. Pickle pops in the air. Woodburn. As James Hurt made the play at the net to earn the point for Durham. Caleb Brinkman returns to the game for Durham. Kyler Woodburn will serve. That's a point for the Grizzlies. Liam Gray will serve here. Serve is up and over. Pickle pops it into the air. Krabby bring it over. Diving save by Thorup. Mitten played it over and mishandled. New to the game, number 7, Adam Thomas mishandles it for the Lords. It's the Grizzlies with the ball, up 22-14. Grazing the net and getting over. Thomas playing it out of the reach of Brinkman. Another point goes for the Grizzlies. Liam Gray remains at the service line. 23-14 lead. Gray's serve is up to Pickle. Thomas pops it in the air. Brinkman can't get it over. And that's going to set up Liam Gray with set point here in the second set. They're up 24-14, and he's looking to put this one away. Unable to get this one high enough to go over the net. It gives Durham some life here late in the second set. Down 9 with the ball. Tyler Krabby has it. They need to win this point and go on a run. Perot to Gray. Battling for it at the net. Eventually Perot slams that one home, and the Grizzlies win the second set. They're up 2-0 in the match. And late in that second set, it was Jacob Watson making his presence felt along the net. In that last point, Watson did a good job to keep that ball alive. Eventually, Perot put it away. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the final set. Welcome back to Georgian College Athletic Centre for the Rogers TV Georgian Game of the Week. It's the men's volleyball teams of the Georgian Grizzlies and the Durham Lords going at it right now. It's been a one-sided affair as the Georgian Grizzlies lead 2-0 over the Lords. They're looking to put it away in the third set. Durham has done a good job hanging around, making the sets competitive, but nothing to show for it. They're down 2-0 headed into the third set. All the same gentlemen on the floor for the Grizzlies. However, Kenneth Pokees will come into the game now for Mitchell Armstrong, and Liam Gray will head to serve to get things underway in this third set. That serve finds open space in the backcourt. An early 1-0 lead here for the Grizzlies.
And if Durham wants to kind of compete this game, they really got to get Liam off the service line here.
Well, that seems to be the only way that Durham has been able to get Liam Gray off the service line tonight, is that he's put it in the net himself. Liam Gray, of course, very dangerous from the service line. Holds the single game record for aces in a game. But Durham getting on the board here. And I think that's their first lead of the game. Kyler Woodburn gets the ace, gives his Lords team the lead. Perot handles that serve. Now Gray playing it to four is a little underhand play. The set was a little low.
Set in the middle there. Mike could have tried to fix it and wasn't able to.
It would have been a tough adjustment midair to make that one work. Sets up Kyler Woodburn again at the service line. Pokees plays it. Forrest trying to keep it alive, unable to do so, and Durham off to a hot start here in this third set. Not what you want on the Grizzlies sideline. You don't want to give any life to a team down 2-0. Woodburn remaining on the service line. Haynes popping that one in the air, and it falls to the floor. It's a point for the Grizzlies. The Lords got caught watching the ball, and it fell on their side of things. Eric Perot now serving for the Grizzlies. Powerful serve. Woodburn now setting it. Call goes in favor of Georgian. Eric Perot back to the service line, hoping to tie things up in the third set. Grazing the net, getting over. Woodburn now setting it. Brinkman who plays it over. Pokees to Haynes. Banga's there. Woodburn now setting it for Krabby. Gray sets it for Perot. He knows what to do with it in that spot, earning the point for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies now back in the lead here in the third set. Tipped out by a Grizzlies player. And the Lords actually regain the lead as it was only tied on that last point. Krabby plays it over. Gray plays it to Mitten. Big block by the Lords, but it's the same way Mitten's had success all night. Attacking at that angle, gets blocked to the net, and then falls out of bounds. Mike Forrest prepares to serve. Ball's up. Pickle plays it to Woodburn. Bangle will have to play a desperate ball over. He does, and Perot handles it. Gray now sets it up for Haynes. Off the hand of James Hurd at the net. Goes out of bounds to the point for the Grizzlies.
And a really good up there by Perot, and allowing Liam to really have all four options on offense there to make it easy for him.
It gives Georgian the lead again, 6-5. Krabby pops it up to Woodburn. Woodburn to Hurt. It's handled by the Georgian defense as Forrest pops it up for Mitten. tipped out by a Durham player. Another point goes the Grizzlies' way. They're up 7-5 midway through this third set.
And the rugby guys are loving him.
Mike Forrest to serve again. Woodburn, Krabby, Armstrong to Mitten. Mitten earning another point. Once again firing up the Georgian crowd. A lot of the men's rugby team of the Georgian Grizzlies, of course, they're in action this upcoming Saturday in the OCAA gold medal game in Oshawa. Forrest to serve. Krabby plays it up. Woodburn to Banga. Perot plays to Gray. Plays it to Haynes. Haynes strikes it, but it goes out of bounds, and the point goes Durham's way. Hurt to serve. Armstrong plays it off the hand of Lucas Pickle and out of bounds, so the point goes for the Grizzlies, and Darian Haynes will serve. They're up 3, 9-6. Haynes plays it over. Krabby's there. Woodburn to Pickle. Pickle earning the point.
Bit of a battle between the middles here.
It's a good response for Durham. And that's what they've done all night, just continued to hang around. We'll see if they can make something of it here in this third set. They're yet to win a set, but they've been competitive all night. As Perot handles that serve and plays to Haynes, who can't get it high enough to get over the net. Another point for the Lords, now down 1. Perot to Gray. Another point. Another point for the Grizzlies.
Here.
We'll send Bowen Mitten to serve again for the Grizzlies. And another ace for the Grizzlies, extending the lead for Georgian. Durham has had no answer for him all night. Bowen Mitten will serve again. Alhado sets up Perot for an easy point. Georgian building on their lead now, up 4. Mitten served wide this time, and point goes Durham's way. It'll be Aaron Banga to serve for Durham. They're down 3. Gray setting up Perot. Off the hands of Woodburn. Pickle scrambling to it. Krabby plays it over. Gray now sets up Perot. Another point earned by the Grizzlies. A strike, ball struck by Eric Perot, mishandled by the Lords, goes out of bounds. Georgian point, now up 13-9. And Durham starting to hit that desperation point where they need to start stringing points together. Mitch Armstrong to serve. Krabby pops it up to Woodburn. Pickles there, blocked at the net by Mike Forrest. They're scrambling to keep this one alive. Woodburn bumps it over. Forrest plays it back. Durham earning that one. It's Lucas Pickle with the ball to serve. He hasn't had much success from the service line earlier, but this one gets over, and Pokese handles it. Gray now sending it over Perot. Pickle pops it up. Woodburn hurt. Now Gray sets up Mitten. Mishandled by Lucas Pickle. That's a point for Georgian. Liam Gray with the ball, serving for Georgian. And that's an ace for Liam Gray and the Grizzlies, building on their lead midway through the third set.
Watch short, watch short.
And this one, not enough on it. Durham gets the point. Tyler Woodburn will serve. Gray plays it off the net. Pokese pops it up, and Haynes will play it over. Banga to Woodburn. Now for Krabby. Off the hand of Forrest, falling to the ground. Point goes for the Lords. Staying alive midway through this third set. Pokese pops it in the air. Now Gray setting it to Haynes. Off the hands of James Hurt, falling to the floor. Point goes for the Grizzlies. Now Eric Perot to serve. Trying to put his Grizzlies on a closing run, but won't be able to do so, firing into the net, giving life back to the Durham Lords, down 3. Tyler Krabby will serve. Gray pops it up, Haynes finishing that one. Hard to defend that when the Grizzlies offense sets up something like that. A lot of open space to work with. Haynes put that one away. Mike Forrest now to serve. Pickle pops it in the air for Woodburn, for Banga. Blocked at the net, but goes out of bounds. Point was awarded to Georgian, I believe. So the point does go in favor of the Grizzlies, and Mike Forrest will serve, up 5, 18-13. Took a minute for the players to figure out what was going on there, unsure about the call, but point does go to the Grizzlies, and whiffing on that ball was James Hurt, but enough to get it over. Mitten now set up, but he plays it out of bounds. The Lords getting the point they thought they deserved on the last one. So James Hurt will serve. They're down 4.
He was over the line there.
That looked like he was over the line, but uncalled. Maybe making up for the other missed call by the ref, but point goes Georgian's way anyway, so ball never lies on that one. Extending their lead out to 5. Darian Haynes to serve. Malhado. Woodburn. Unable to play it over the net there. Caleb Brinkman. Another point goes for the Grizzlies. Got a 6-point lead now, late in the third set. Up 2-0. Malhado just enough to keep it alive. Brinkman plays it over. Scrambling play by the Lords sets up an easy point for Liam Gray at the net. That forces George Matsusaki to take a timeout. They'll talk it over desperately, trying to come back late in this third set. They're down 2-0. They're behind 21-14 in the third set. They'll talk it over, try and get something going. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies sideline beginning to celebrate what they think going to be an easy win over the Durham Lords, but it's not over. Only up 7 points in this third set. And that's co-head coach for the Durham Lords, Mike Ubicki, delivering a message to his players. Well, they'll return to the floor. Darian Haynes to serve. Floats it over the net. Malhado pops it up for Woodburn. Goes over to Aaron Bango. Pops it over the net. Pokies getting an arm out to keep it alive, and Perot plays it over the net. Good hustle play by Kenneth Pokies. Call goes against Georgian, being on the net, and the point goes the Lord's way, down 6. And let's see if they've got something in their bag of tricks to pull themselves out of a 6-point deficit late in the third set. Pokies to Perot to Armstrong, not enough on it. It wasn't cleanly set. Another point for the Lords.
Bit of an awkward play all around there.
The moment it was received, I don't think Pokies received that one cleanly, and it was right from the get-go, a little bit off. Sets up Caleb Brinkman to serve again for the Lords. Down 5. Durham continues to linger. Mitten pops it up. Gray pops it to Calhoun. Calhoun plays it over where Krabby's there. Woodburn sets up Pickle. Now scrambling to keep it alive, unable to do so. Point Grizzlies. Bowen Mitten to serve. Krabby and Malhado, a bit of a miscommunication. Malhado's got to play it over, and he does. Pokies to Gray. Over to Armstrong, and that's a point for the Grizzlies.
And a great swing by Mitch, but the whole play starts with Bowen with the tough serve there to give him back the free ball. Mitch is able to capitalize.
And he'll be back at it again here, ready to serve. This one just not enough on it. Aaron Bango will now serve. They're up 6. Perot to Gray to Calhoun. That's a point for the Grizzlies. It sends Mitch Armstrong to the service line for match point. Pardon me, it'll be Sam Thorup heading to the service line for match point, Georgian. Just short of making it over the net. If that was an inch or two higher, I think that probably would have ricocheted right off the net into the Durham side of things, but just not enough on it. Sets up Lucas Pickle to serve for the Lords. Need this point. He gets it over the net. Gray now setting up Perot. Banga's there. Woodburn trying to keep it alive. Pickle, free ball over. Gray sets up Mitten. Mitten sends Durham home packing. This one's over, 3-0. Grizzlies win. A dominant performance by the Georgian Grizzlies. Credit to the Lords for sticking around, keeping it competitive, but it's not enough. Grizzlies close out the final set 25-19, win the game 3-0. Get your brooms out.
And just a complete game played by Bowen from the start to the end. He was everywhere on the court offensively, and he passed really well to allow Liam to run the offense there.
As you can see, all sets were rather competitive, at least within 10 points. All of them were. The biggest set win was 10 points in the second set by the Grizzlies. But a strong performance by the Georgian Grizzly men's volleyball team. Durham Lords don't go home empty-handed, though. Their women's team did beat the Georgian Grizzlies women's team, so they get that win on the season, but the men fall short of doing so. It's the Georgian Grizzlies winning the men's game. And the Grizzlies improved to 5-1 on the year. Lords fall to 1-5. Their difficult season continues. Well, it was a great night of entertainment here at the Georgian College Athletic Centre. The Georgian Grizzlies men's volleyball team finishing this one out against the Durham Lords. They get the win 3-0. It's been a pleasure to bring you the game, the Rogers TV Georgian Game of the Week. I'm Sean McAvoy, been on the call, joined by Justin Burke. Thank you for joining us, and have yourselves a great night.